First preseason game is coming up this Saturday. The season opener on the road against the New Orleans Saints, just a little over a month away. I think we're 32, 33 days out from that big opener on the road against New Orleans. And then we find out where the rubber meets the road when it comes to expectations and whether the Arizona Cardinals can exceed them, surpass them, do better than them. USA Today this morning had their record projections for the upcoming season. It's better than it was a year ago, but only by a game. 9-8.
Yeah, 9-8, which is, it's a good record. I mean, if they went 8-9 last year, right? 8-9.
Yeah.
Out of those, but here's what this comes down to. I mean, we could analyze this every which way, left to right, whatever. The majority of NFL football games are close. The majority of their games are close. Mm-hmm. The Cardinals had 9 losses last year. 5 of them were one-score games. 5 of them. They lost a one-score game to the Bills. They lost by 6. They lost by 7 to Detroit. They lost by 1 point to the Minnesota Vikings. They lost in overtime to Carolina, and they lost by 4 to the Rams. They had 3 wins and 5 losses in games that were determined by 1 score. Mm-hmm. If you reverse that, and they go 5-3, you're talking about a team that is 10-7.
Yeah.
10-7. So the importance of winning these games, the importance of being able to win those close games is, to me, that is of the utmost importance. We could talk about the offense, the defense, special teams. We could talk about all those things. But in the end, the Arizona Cardinals are going to play in 8 or 9 one-score games. Half their games are going to be one-score games because the league is just – there's a lot of parity in the league. You're predicting the Cardinals are going to go 9-8. So on USA Today, so you're probably thinking a lot of these games are close. They could go either way. You got to win more of those games that could go either way than you lose. To me, that's the difference between. And I said it to Cynthia Freeland yesterday when we had her on because she's part of that. When she does her projections and everything, 8.2, 8.5, 8.7.
Right.
You know me. I always like to take on the low end they could win 7, on the high end they could win 10 type of thing, and that always really comes down to how do you play in these one-score games?
Yeah, and I know you've always been a big fan of like the variance prediction.
Within 3 or 4 though, not a crazy thing.
But I think the difference is this year is that the low end of your projection is unacceptable. And the high end of your projection is the playoffs, right? Like if
so, my low end would be 7, my high end would be 10.
Okay, 7's
Do
not.
I think the Cardinals could go 11-6? No. Do I think that they can go 6-11? No.
Yeah.
If things don't go their way, they win 7 or 8 games. But if things go their way, they probably win 10. Maybe they could push 11, maybe. But I'll say 9 or 10 is more the norm if they have a good season.
But I think I guess my point is for a team on year 3 of a rebuild, 7 wins ain't gonna cut it. 8 wins ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? Like it's okay.
I know, but what does that mean? I know. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I just don't really know what it means.
Well, I think it means a couple things. All right, if they end up on the low end of your projection and it's 7 wins, 8 wins, I'd even go 9 wins. And I know what you're saying about 9 wins is a good season, and maybe 9 wins is enough to make the playoffs. But you're really taking a chance that it is. I think it unfortunately. I think the first thing we're going to look at is Kyler. And I say unfortunately because we talk about him so much. But I think unfortunately, the first thing we're going to bring up is Kyler. And we're going to wonder if he's just maxed out, if there's just so far he can take you, if he's just a quarterback who's just going to keep, that's it. That's the limit. That's the line. He can't cross it. He can't get anywhere beyond it. I think that's number one. And I think number 2, it certainly won't mean, and I'm not trying to suggest for a second, that Gannon's gone because he wouldn't be, that Monty's gone because he wouldn't be. It just means that maybe the guys they drafted weren't as good as we thought. The guys they picked didn't develop the way we were anticipating.
What if it's just Kyler?
Well,
what if everything else is good and your quarterback just struggles again down the stretch?
And I hate to say
it's not Gannon. It's not on Gannon and Monty.
It's easy. Then it's easy.
Okay.
It's easy to identify, and it's easy to know what you got to do. You do
easy to identify, harder to replace.
Well, of course, because now you're starting over, and now you're you're hoping that you can bring in you're hoping you can find your Sam Darnold is what you're hoping. You're hoping you can find that guy. You can find your Kurt Warner. You can find your Carson Palmer. Somebody who can come in and you can just plug and play, and he can take an 8-win team and make him an 11-win team just because you're getting better quarterback play.
If I said this to all of you guys.
All he is. If I said this to all of yous.
Including, what's the guy next to you, Mitch? What's his name?
This is Parker.
Parker.
Say
How
hi,
you doing,
Parker.
Parker will be running our board tomorrow when we're out at
Parker, did you go to school out here? Did you grow up here?
Did you go to school out here? They want to know.
Yeah, I'm at GCU.
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 Okay,
He's our
did you go to high school here?
High school.
Liberty and then
Liberty.
Liberty.
Finished online.
I'm finished online. Okay.
Yeah. So Liberty to GCU. All right, there you go.
We've signed you to a 10-day contract. Welcome to the team here in Birmingham.
You can put the headphones in if you want to.
He just keeps looking back and forth at Mitch.
Don't say anything stupid, Parker.
Tomorrow he's going to be by himself, so he's
He'll be by
getting
himself?
set in. He's going to be by himself.
Okay.
What are you going to say, Gambo?
I'm going to say if I said to each one of you guys, give me 5. Kyler Murray's not the quarterback of the Cardinals next year. Give me 5 quarterbacks that you think could be that you would say would be the quarterback of the Cardinals next year. Give me 5. It could be a college guy. It could be a free agent. It could be a trade. It could be whatever. You could say, I'll take Aaron Rodgers. I'll take Arch Mann. I'll take Sam Levitt. Like, I don't know that any of us would get it right.
Oh, and in like properly identifying who the guy is?
Sure.
No, I don't think.
You want to do that for tomorrow? Everybody gives us 5 quarterbacks that could be the quarterback of the Cardinals. If it's not Kyler, if it's
not Kyler, who could it be? Yeah.
I'm going to say I want it to be Kyler.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to go through this. But my point is, if it's not, if we each picked 5 guys, I don't know that any of us would get it right.
I see what you're saying, and I
It's
don't.
such a crapshoot. So if Kyler's not the guy, that kind of sucks because it's hard to find a replacement.
It does, but that's why I think this season is going to be so telling because at least we'll finally know. I really believe now there's the whole injury possibility, and that's a whole other conversation. But I think I just know that if the USA Today is correct and it's 9-8, that's just not good enough in year 3 of a rebuild. It's not. I mean, I know you can sit there and say, hey, they won more games than they lost, and they're making strides. At that point, the growth of their improvement is too slow. To go from 4 to 8 to 9, it feels like maybe it's stalled out a little bit. You need to do something to jump the car, to jumpstart the restart a little bit.
Kingsbury go 5 to
8 to 11, I believe.
Okay.
I think it was 5 to 8 to 11.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.